All right, let me see if I can get us live. All right. And let me get some music. All right, we are now live. Give me 1 second to tweet out. And I'll turn on some music for us. Let me know if that's coming in, all right?
I'm hearing it.
Cool. All right, social media stuff is done and dusted. All right. Good time of day, everyone, as I usually say. Welcome in, everybody. As always, we're going to take a few moments just to let some more people file in, as they might. But as we do, let me address, I suppose, the elephant in the room here. As you may know, or have noticed, this isn't Stalwart Souls. No, sadly, we have to wait a few more weeks, about 2 more weeks, until people's schedules line up. But we are going to be back on that around the 20th. But for now, I've got a 2-shot I put together that I've been cooking up for a minute now, and I'm excited to show it to you guys. But joining me aren't our normal crew. We've got a few individuals you may recognize from channels adjacent to this. And joining me, I'm going to let them introduce themselves rather. And if they so choose, they can plug themselves or whatever they got going on. We'll take it away with Connor, as Connor, you were very used to this.
Hi, I'm Distortion Devil. People just call me Connor. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, YouTube, Blue Sky at Distortion Devil, or on Instagram at Connor McKinley VA. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, doing my own stuff, making my own homebrew content for D&D 5th edition. I'm also a voice actor. I'm in stuff such as Hunt Showdown as Sheriff Harden, Ghost Runner and Ghost Runner 2 as Adrian Bakunin, as well as a few other things that you may find out in the wild there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me, though.
All right. Arkov, what you up to?
Greetings and salutations to you. I am Arkov. You can find me on twitch.tv/Arkov when I have time to stream, which, not very often, but you'll know it when I see it.
But hey, I mean, we did get Helldivers back, so might be back on that, right?
Yes.
Yeah! Hey!
Managed democracy shall be spread far and wide.
All right, and Christian Lamont.
Yo, yeah, I'm Christian Lamont. I'm a voice actor, as well as a number of other things. You can hear me in like Fire Emblem, Shin Megami Tensei, Unicorn Overlord, which just released not too long ago. And yeah, I'm psyched to be here. I stream. I'm on Twitch and YouTube as Count of Lamonte Cristo, and I'm stoked. Normally I DM, so it's nice to be able to play.
Yeah, it feels good having you and Mick back at the table. It's been too long.
Yay!
And with that, Mick, you're up next.
Hey, I'm Mick Lauer. I am also known as Rice Pirate Online. I do some voice acting and animation as well. I guess currently Shuro in Delicious in Dungeon, but kind of, dabbling all over the place. You might hear me. I don't really stream. I wish I did more, but I'm really, really busy with any time I do have not doing other stuff. Working on a animation called Blood Sun Vendetta. It's basically a JoJo fan project that I have dedicated my life to. And yeah, that's really about it.
It is really cool.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah.
Aside from that, I suppose that leaves little old me. You can find me here doing the same thing around the same time next week on Monday. Aside from that, Tuesdays, you can find me doing more Halo Lasso, non-derogatory, on Edward Bosco's channel, also non-derogatory, over at twitch.tv/Edward Bosco. That should be around 5 p.m. PST. We always seem to start at a random time, so just keep a lookout for that. Thursdays, I'm more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We're deep in it. Level 14, going pretty far into it. You can find that over...
Deep. God damn.
Yeah. Going for it further, you can see it on Monty Glue's channel, twitch.tv/montyglue. That'll be around 7 p.m. PST on Thursday. And then Sundays, every other Sunday, so this coming Sunday, I'm on Burnout Vaughn's channel, as we are still pretty new in this campaign. I think we'll be on our 5th session. And I am playing a Dampier Bard as we delve further into the lesser-known domains of Dread. So if that interests you, keep a lookout on Burnout's page, and you'll get more information on that. But for those entirely new here, welcome. And for those who can't stay long, I will be posting the VOD up on the YouTube in a day or two, if you want the link on that. Check my Twitter, @Zanny_Grim. But without further ado, players, are we ready to begin?
Yes.
Ready.
Let's do this.
Let me change music real quick. I ask you now to imagine a different world, very unlike our own. One where apocalypse after apocalypse has brought magic, monsters, aliens, and atomic bombs to a once baroque and mundane world. The latest Armageddon is now over 100 years settled in the past. Those who live in this world have now begun to rebuild and regrow as life thrives ever onward. Yet, despite the countless achievements of everyday folk forging a destiny for themselves, the ancient ambitions of older worlds still yet slither from the remnants of the hells they brought to this world. While many factions and splinter factions have been founded, with even a few from the old centuries still remaining, the only connective lines for the millions of people who live in this world is a network of corporate cabals known as corporants. These many varied corporants function as an incorporated guild that maintains the key to post-scarcity in this newly inherited world. This key is known as the Divine Matrices. Through the numberless amount of connections to this fathomless webbing of resources that are held in these demi-planes, a period of limitless abundance has nearly been reached. But access to this miracle comes at a price, the cost of which varies from the mundane to the occasional extreme. Between all of this progress and peril stands a remote small town that seems as far away from any of these troubles as could be. Upon the rocky shores of the township of Coastview, a wedding ceremony is taking place, bringing many of the townsfolk to attend this would-be joyous event. Here, our story begins. Players, you could take a moment to describe your characters and their rustic yet formal attire, and we will start with you, Arkov.
Alrighty. Standing at approximately 5 foot 11 inches, Owen is a younger man with long raven black hair and glittering silver eyes that seem almost iridescent when shadowed. Clad in a hand-me-down gray justiciar and lightly tattered gaskins that are cinched at the knee, he seems to be of a skittish disposition, his back lightly hunched forward, eyes skimming over everything in the room.
All right. Mick, your character?
Standing at 5'10 and nonplussed, surprisingly beleaguered looking, considering they're a half-elf with only 40 years on them. Gaunt features and tired silver eyes thinly veiled by dusty blonde hair. An appearance similar to a humbly dressed scarecrow, though more finer dressed for the event today, with long locks.
All right. Connor, your character.
Sawyer is a short and stout dwarf. He has short and tidy red-orange hair. He's wearing a doublet with a ruff, cape over his shoulders as well, poofy breeches and garters that lead down into stockings, and a very fine-looking capotane on his head.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Christian, your character.
Francis has always been defined by his lack of height, not for most humans or elves, and not for dwarves, but for orcs. always a little bit of a runt. But that's all right, he always pushed a little harder, a little fiercer, just to get the strength of his comrades. A black cape settles upon his broad shoulders, perhaps a little shorter than his comrades would be because of his unique breadth. He has tied his long, fire-red hair into a queue, settled at the nape of his neck. He keeps a broad smile on, proud to be standing amongst friends today, despite his prevalent tusks. His boots are shined, his pants are as clean as they can manage, but he is excited to be standing at a ceremony.
All right. Give me 1 second. And let me move you over to the map. Come on. There we go. Standing all at attention, you see the groom, a human man named Miles, who you have grown up with and know extremely well. All of you save his best man are cousins to Miles, as you proudly have the honor of being a groomsman today. Sawyer, the best man. You have been friends with Miles, as sickly and as small as he might and still remains to be, since you both were young. However, the joy of seeing Miles and his family on this joyous day is somewhat dampened by a dark cloud looming in everyone's mind. Damaris, the bride, appeared in town a year or so back. Miles and Damaris fell in love with each other almost instantly, causing Miles to almost entirely disappear from life in Coastview. While Damaris seemed charming and paired extremely well with Miles, the town couldn't help but create all sorts of rumors about the couple and where Damaris may have come from. Then, one day at your favorite pub, Miles told all of you that that he was going to marry Damaris, and that he was expecting as well, leading you all here to this moment. On one side of the church, Miles, his groomsmen, and his family all look onward towards each other with somewhat forced smiles. Because on the other side of the church, the bride stands alone, or nearly alone. A strange figure arrived just as the two began to exchange vows, and sat near the exit. Who was this person? Why were they here? It was a shared question that seemed to be on everyone's mind, including the pastor and the bride. The soon-to-be newlyweds exchange their rings as they proudly stand upon the sacred trefoil, obviously attempting to push through the figure's presence, when suddenly a howling wind opens the doors to the House of Radiance. Upon this sickly wind, a number of horrid-looking mutated creatures, known as rancors, charge their way into this sacred place with a mindless bloodlust. And as the groomsmen look towards their nearby table just behind them, where they stored their daily effects, they make ready to defend themselves in this most holiest of places. And with that, players, I need our first initiative.
Oh boy. It's 2 dice for this one.
It'll just be the initiative roll. It'll be on the top. It's 2d6 though. Yeah.
Of course.
I'm getting fancy with it. Oh.
Whoever was on watch today is going to get an earful from me.
Well, that'll be a 9 total.
All right. Give me one moment to get all this sorted.
Holy crud, I accidentally rolled twice, but I rolled the same number twice.
Is it Connor? It was a 9?
Yes.
It's real insistent that you go third. It's
Yeah.
fate.
Okay, and... All
Shall
right.
not here, not in this sacred place.
With the top of the initiative, it is Sawyer. So Sawyer, go ahead and go. All of your guys' effects are near the shut down bionic dog, right over here.
Is that my dog?
It is your dog.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna need that sentence to be explained. The shutdown bionic dog.
Yes. Part of there's a lot of world building here we can get into, but the bionic dog is a very normal part of your daily life.
You don't have a bionic dog, dude?
Look, I'm not
Couldn't
doing
be
great
me.
right now. Poor bionic dog. I have this normal flesh and blood dog.
Boring.
Connor, by all means, you can name the dog whatever you want, but Sawyer, so Connor, you're up first.
His name is Sherman.
Oh, Sherman, I'm so sorry. Let me change it.
I heard he's a real tank.
The dog's name is Sherman.
Oh, got it. Okay, that makes more sense.
I named the dog Indiana. No, the dog's name is Sherman. Yeah.
Got it.
Right. So, where am I seeing these ne'er-do-wells that are in
I am so
trouncing
sorry.
upon my,
Maybe if
my
I
fellows.
took things off of the GM layer, that might be assistive.
Right, and now we don't have any of our weapons on us. I'm assuming they're all behind us near the dog.
Yes, correct.
All right.
Is it going to be an action to grab our stuff?
No, it can be a part of your movement, but you have to use an action to move there and pick it up, or if you're already there, just pick it up.
Yeah, I am going to sort of each of these is 5 feet. I'm
Yep.
assuming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've got just enough to get there. I would like to move there. I can't move my token at the moment.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, let me actually... I should have done this. Go ahead and just drag your character token from your sheet to here.
Right.
There you go.
There we go. Right, so Sawyer will move up here near Sherman, retrieve his effects. I would like to take an action to activate Sherman.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense. I will say moving to there and getting your stuff and activating your Sherman, 2 actions, makes total sense as Sherman pops up and whirs to life, realizing that something is wrong. Feel free, when it's the ally's turn, you can control Sherman or tell Sherman where to go.
Sure.
All right. Next up, we have, unfortunately, the Rancors as they begin to pour into the House of Radiance.
Oh.
2, 3, 4.
That was fast.
You see what looks like these horrific, twisted, abominant creatures that are running on all fours, moving forward as they rip and tear into some of your family members or extended family members, attempting to defend themselves behind the pews of the church. Aside from that, you see these two running towards the newlyweds and the pastor, as you see what looks like a bit of resistance as they have difficulty, or their charge is seemingly interrupted by the symbol of the holy trefoil on the ground. Aside from that, it is now Francis's turn.
Excellent. So can I move my lad up 1 or 2 spaces here to grab my axes?
Yeah, and that's so that'll be a part of your movement. So you still have your additional squares of movement.
Okay. So just so I can source how this works, is there any way that I could like move and leap into combat over here with this guy? Or
Absolutely.
Is that now?
No, absolutely.
Excellent. Let's rock and roll. Axes out. I will go ahead and roll that test then, as I leap into the fray. I didn't want to do chores today!
That's a 6, which is a crit. So
Yeah.
that is a hit. The damage, I think, is 2 on the heavy axe.
2 damage. Love
So you deal an additional point of damage of 3 because of the crit, bringing this one low almost
Excellent.
immediately.
I think
And because I think you have a trait called Cleave, you can swing again with the same action
Beautiful.
against the adjacent target.
Having layered into that first one, I rip the axes up. Let's just bring them sideways. Let's go!
Unfortunately,
No!
not finding purchase on that one, as the creature still is kind of recoiling just far enough away from the secondary axe swing.
I'd like to let out just a low little growl. I'm chopping trees for a living. I'm chopping trees on my days off.
All right, it is now Balin.
I am going to run on over, grab my stuff, and then I have 3 more movements because I have fleet foot.
Yes.
I will move 1, 2, 3. Now, we have the high ground here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Great. That is one of my actions, though.
So that was one action to pick up your stuff and move, so you still have an action.
Got it. I'm going to, without taking aim, I'm just going to take a shot at the not quite dead Rancor.
All right. So the one right in front of you?
Yep.
All right.
And I'm just going to do a standard test.
I will say, because you have a high ground here, I'll give you advantage. So you get advantage on this one. 2 hits, which is absolutely enough to hit.
Excellent.
Which brings this one low for 2 damage, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, okay. All right. Turn. It is now Owen's turn.
Just wanting to double check which token's actually mine. Ah, so you were moving my token.
Oh, sorry!
I thought something was up. Pay no mind to the clone.
We'll just
I
switch
love your
you.
character so much.
There you go.
Perfect.
Now, I have a question.
Yep.
Do I need my personal effects in order to cast spells?
Nope.
Goody. Goody, goody, goody.
You'll just need the bag of reagents if you hit 0 on the depletion. That's it.
Then, for my first action, I will cast Spell Armor. Yes, sensible.
Yep. So just roll the depletion, just a standard test.
Alright.
You're good?
And then for my second action, I will cast Arcane Missile on this one.
Fair enough.
That is going to be a standard test, yes?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's only a single action, so this is light range, so within 25 feet. That is a 3 and a 4.
Unfortunately, miss. Actually, because you're shooting a range attack, you have advantage on this. So roll one more d6.
Double 6.
So the first 6 is a crit, so it's 2 damage. As you bring this one low.
And that will be my turn.
All right. Next up, we have. Let's see the allies. Where would you like Sherman to go, Connor? Connor is muted.
Seeing as how there's only one of these goons left, I believe. How far can Sherman run?
Sherman can run 35, so 7 swords.
Goodness gracious. Well, he can't quite make it there, but I will just have him try to intercept this last one that's closing in on Miles and his bride.
All right. Sorry, point towards where? Actually. Okay. There you go. It gave you control, Sherman, so you can move him.
Alrighty. Yes. He'll just end up on this little rung of the sacred trefoil.
All right. Next up. Oh, so we have these allies. Give me 1 second. You see the pastor move to reach underneath the lectern to try and pull out a blunderbuss. As the few of the allies begin to attempt to run away. Someone just give me 3d6. $12. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Wait, 1, 2, 3. So that is 9 of them, and then 3 more. Manage to escape out the doors of the church to try and get away from this carnage, as all of you hear what sounds like more of these creatures attempting to rush into the church. All right, next up, top of the round, is Sawyer. Which is Connor again. Who is still muted.
I don't know why that keeps happening.
You're good.
Right, so... Oh my goodness. I don't... Yeah, they're gonna be moving next. I'm going to...
I will allow you to delay action if you wish.
No, that's fine. I'm going to run over... Actually... Yeah, how far
Sawyer.
away can... Huh?
Come and get a kill. You're falling behind.
That's the goal. And he's going to run out ahead into the crowd. I'm just, yeah, there are more people in danger over on this side, so he's just going to run straight down these steps.
All right.
And he's going to level his blunderbuss
All right.
at this one right here.
Okay.
He's going to fire. Okay. And you know what?
Oh, it's
I'm just
coming.
gonna do it.
It's charging.
Alright, the green dice does not want to work right now for whatever reason.
It happens.
So a 4 and a 5.
5 is a success, which means you do hit. If you notice as well, it's got 3 different damage values. So you can target 1 for 1 damage, and then 2 adjacents for 1 damage each. So you can technically hit these 2, both of them.
Right on, let's do that.
All right. How do you want to bring them down?
I think on my stubby little legs, I just sprint out into the crowd, not wanting to see any more of my friend's family torn asunder on his what was supposed to be his happiest day. And he just levels his blunderbuss, gets into a crouching position, and with expert aim, cracks off a shot and just sifts the heads of these rotting fiends.
All right. You notice what looks like, as each of these attacks going through, these twisted abominations are notorious for their not only horrific smell, but their ink-like black blood splatters onto the pews and to the grounds themselves. But unfortunately, more continue to rush into the church.
I see our cousin Sawyer showing off.
As you feel confident in your initial movements forward and maybe a little rocked as more continue to arrive on the scene, you notice what looks like the strange figure that appeared in the back of the church move towards the couple and attempt to grab them by the wrists. As you do, everyone except for Sawyer, please give me a standard test.
Double 2s.
Oh, wow. Okay. Balin, as well as Francis, you both notice, as this man attempts to, or does reach and grab both of their wrists, what looks like the bride-to-be slashes at his arm, and he looks somewhat confused underneath his robe. But as he does, Balin, and both of you, because both of you got crits, you notice from the wound, black blood, as all 3 of them then suddenly disappear.
What? That, like, the third... Ah, damn it!
I was gonna shoot him next. Damn it.
I spent so much on a gift.
I love how that's the first thought.
It was out of love.
I don't want to have to say it, but I warned Miles about her.
As this grouping continues to run in, unfortunately Sawyer flanking right behind you. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Someone give me 3d6 again. Okay, math there.
Don't like that.
As you notice, 2 of your family members, let me make their saves, get pretty badly injured, but are still up. Let's see, we will use this for the... You know what, this works. Alright, then the enemy's on Sawyer. Sawyer, what is the number next to your armor?
The number next to my armor is 5.
5, so they need 5s to hit you. You see one swing well over you, seemingly not to find any purchase into anything towards you, as the other one also misses. You see this creature rush towards you in particular, Francis. What is the number next to your armor?
1.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The parentheses number, not the armor rating.
Oh, 4.
4? Okay, so
Way better.
4s to hit. That will unfortunately hit, as you take 1 point of damage from the slash. And then go ahead and give me a standard test for your armor.
A standard test for the armor. I deduct that from my health. Yeah, I just click one
Yeah.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Okay, your armor doesn't lose any rating, so still good. It's not broken. This one's going to rush, unfortunately, towards Sherman. As the other 2 just ran to there. Let me check Sherman's stats. As a swing, again, goes far too high as Sherman ducks below the attack. Next, we have Francis.
I paid extra. It was supposed to be a fun day. I'm going to just swing right into this guy who just attacked me.
All right.
Goddamn, let's go,
Holy
Francis.
shit. All right, well, that's definitely a crit, so it's 3 damage to this one. How do you want to bring him down?
I just want to go all the way up and then down onto both sides of the neck and then just keep it going down.
As it does, you notice the black blood stain the ground as you cut downward. And that's only 1 action, so you still have an action.
God damn, I love it. Does it take an action to, like, change weapons or anything like that?
Nope.
Or are we...
Nope. You can just go for it.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna toss these axes down, pull out my powder pistol, and target the one that's attacking Sherman.
All right.
Because I like Sherman. I'm here for him.
I see you're coming around to bionic dogs.
No. I like this. Ah, damn it.
Which, unfortunately, your unpracticed marksman hand just manages to fire wide and through a doorway to no ill effect.
Anything you feel like sharing, Pastor?
All right. Next up, we have... that was Francis. It's now Balin.
I am going to take aim at one of the enemies behind Sawyer.
Okay.
I'll point to it.
Yeah, one of these 2.
Yeah. Now, do I need to move in order to clear this shot?
Nope, you just need to use an action to clear the shot.
Cool.
I actually I think I forgot to give you a depletion roll last time, but that's all right. We'll pretend you passed.
Okay. So I don't need to move. I can still make that shot.
You can still make that shot. You just need to reload first. So it'll be 1 action reload, next action shot.
Oh, got it. And then do I roll for that reload?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
Not until you're out of depletion.
Okay, got it. And so should I mark that down on one of the guns?
Not yet. No. And when you're done shooting, then you roll the depletion check.
Got it. All right, so I load back up, and then I'm going to take a shot right there.
All right.
Sawyer, you forgot to watch your back. And I will take aim. Oh.
Very much absolutely annihilating this one. You wouldn't have been able to, unfortunately, aim because you used an action, but
Yeah.
still
I
the
was
first
doing
two.
advantage because of the high ground. Again,
Oh no, you're absolutely right. How do you want to bring this one down with the shot?
I just yell out to Sawyer, Sawyer, move your head to the right. And then as he moves his head, hopefully, and takes notice, this enemy's head just explodes next to him, possibly spraying black blood over the side of his cheek and maybe a little in his eye.
All right.
Sawyer just wipes some blackened blood away from his cheek. I didn't forget. I know you guys are behind me.
I like it. All right. It is now. So that was 2 actions. It is now Owen.
Gotcha. I'm not able to do anything about the ones down here, not without wasting an action to move, so I'm going to focus on the threat a little closer to home.
All right.
First action, you do not attack the dog. That's going to be an arcane missile.
Okay.
Double threes.
Double
Wait,
threes.
advantage to the high ground,
Yep.
right?
Additional d6.
Never mind.
So,
Similar.
unfortunately, a miss, as you're finding a difficulty casting for some reason you can't quite tell. Please give me a 2d6 roll.
Just standard test.
Standard test.
That is a 3 and a 1.
Okay. 1 second. All right. Now what I need you to do is give me a standard. What's your insanity or what's your sanity?
8.
Give me a test with disadvantage, as it is a test against fear. As something has you quite fearful. Until you use an action each turn, you may use an action each turn to try and shake it off. Until it's shaken off, you have disadvantage on all attacks until the fear is broken. As something is emanating from wherever that creature did, or whatever that person did that made the bride and groom disappear, is emanating, and you feel it through the magic around you.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. That'll be my turn.
All right. And it's now the allies. Someone give me a d6 roll, please. All right. Because you rolled a crit, I will.
But I think Connor. I heard Connor typing before I clicked my button.
Oh,
It's up to you.
I was dropping a dice down my dice tower.
Got it.
You'll say, we'll take yours, Mick. It's the first one I saw, anyways. You see what looks like the 2 injured managed to escape with the assistance of 1 not injured around the grouping.
Hey.
Okay. The preacher is going to run up and fire. Someone give me 2d6.
Standard test.
Standard test. Yep. 4 and a 5. They do actually have a mastery with it, so 4s do count for them. As
Dang,
the
who's this preacher?
blunderbuss does manage to rip apart these two rancors as they're charging towards them and snarling. That will be his turn, and we now have Sherman.
It appears the priest is getting in on the contest too.
I think Sherman is going to try and just bite the throat out of this thing.
Go and give me a standard test.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at the stats.
That's a 2 and a 3.
Which will unfortunately not be it for Sherman, as he is still whirring kind of back to life. He's an older model, but he's trying to assist you as he normally does, and just isn't quite up to his maximum potential quite yet.
He's a good old boy.
Yeah, not combat
That was one action. You can attack again.
Let's do it. That's a 5 and a 1.
The 5 will hit. How does Sherman do it?
I think just like he said, he's going to leap up, jump on this thing's chest, take it down to the ground, and then tear its throat out with his teeth.
All right.
Even the dog's getting some action. Now it's a party.
Sawyer, it is your turn.
Seeing as I'm being accosted in Malay, I will leave my blunderbuss to the wayside for now, and I will pull out my lead wrench.
All right.
And I will try to brain this bad guy.
Okay.
Oh, come on. You know what? You are just not letting me have fun today, aren't you? I'm just going to do this on my sheet from now on.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. That's a 5 and a 4.
All right. How do you want to do it?
Just like I said he was going to do it, he just brings up this big lead wrench and brings it down right on top of his skull.
All right. Well done. So that was one action. Pulling the weapon out as a free action.
Pulling the weapon as a free action. Excellent. In that case, I will take up my blunderbuss once again. Can I move? It was moving in action.
Moving is an action, unfortunately.
Moving is an action. All right, I will stay where I am, and I will.
You want to reload?
Oh yes, I will. I will absolutely reload.
Right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Roll a depletion test, Mick. I totally forgot to have you roll that.
Mm-hmm. Is it a 1d6?
It's 2d6.
Okie doke.
You're good.
3 and a 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have focus and marksmanship, so go ahead and take those off. So unfortunately, your depletion does go down by 1 for now.
Oh, I wasn't clicking focus when I did it before.
Yeah, it's if you have the little like check marks on, it'll do it automatically.
3 and a.
It was meant to be.
It's meant to be.
All right. Next up, let's see.
So I fail. Do I fail that depletion test and I take 1 down?
You lower 1 down.
Okay.
That's narratively you're using up some of the ammo that you have on you.
Got it.
All right. So that was real quick. That was Sawyer that just went. So it's the enemies that go. Okay. You see what looks like a obvious sign that they are losing this combat. Begin to rush towards the people who are seemingly doing damage. This is gonna double move. And these will continue to attack. Someone give me 1d6.
Oh shit, I had marksman on.
You're good. It's 3 regardless. As 3 of these family members seem to get injured during the melee. Only one of them can attack from their movement, which would be against Sawyer, which your armor rating is 4?
It's 5.
5, okay. They only rolled a 4, so that's a miss.
Woohoo!
It now goes to Francis.
Indeed it does. So Francis is gonna sort of pick his way over the bodies here. He might swing a couple times just to make sure they're dead, and come around this lad here. It's axe time, as it has been before and will be again.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. I'm using them so early, and I'm so worried about that.
How do you want to do it?
So if this one is distracted, I want to come in from both sides on this one. We've gone up and down. We're coming in off the sides. I want to carve it as in half as I possibly can.
All right.
At this point, accepting that my beautiful outfit is absolutely ruined. I had like a boutonniere. I was ready for this. These jerks.
All right. Next up, we have. So that was a move and an attack, right? You still have extra movement if you want to keep moving, because you can interrupt it.
Well then, great. In that case, I think that was what, 1, 2, 3. Actually, that was about 5 feet or 5 squares worth of movement. I think we're good.
All right. Next up, we have Balin.
So I need to reload.
Yes, you need to reload after each shot.
That is one action then?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. I reload. And I, let's see. I would like to... If I take aim, that then works. But see, that's the thing I'm curious about, is if I take aim at an enemy and then they move and or are killed, do I maintain the bonus of aiming?
So long as whoever you are firing at was in your field of view the next turn, you can maintain it, even if it's not the same target. So, for instance, if you like you take aim and then the person you were intending potentially to shoot leaves, but there's still an enemy that was there during your aim action, you can still shoot at them.
Right. All right. Well, because of the high ground advantage that you gave me so generously, I'm gonna skip the aim and just go with the advantage and hope for the best.
All right.
I'm going to aim for the enemy in front of the priest.
Okay.
I can't hit the one in front of Sawyer, right? Like behind
No,
Sawyer?
you can't. You have the high ground, and he's fortunately a dwarf, so.
Yes, I love it. All right, great. I'll aim for the one by Sawyer then. The priest can deal with God himself.
All right.
All right.
Unfortunately, you needed a 5 or 6 for this, as the shot just barely goes wide and over.
Sawyer, you're too short. Tall.
Whoa!
Too tall.
I know.
All right, Owen, your go.
You said I need an action to try to shake off the fear, yes?
Yeah, to use it, it's any action. You could do it twice if you wanted to.
I will try to shake it off for now.
You're good. You
6.
shake off the fear.
Nice.
Owen will,
Oh, thank you, Mick, for reminding the depletion. Yep, you're good.
Sweet.
Owen will shake his head, look around the room, notice the one by Sawyer. And if my measurement is correct... Won't be able to do it this turn, so I'm going to focus on the one in front of the priest instead, because that's within range.
Okay.
Another arcane missile.
All right, sounds good.
That is a 6.
Well done.
Nice.
Okay. Give me 1d6.
That is a 3.
All right. As the creature, or how do you want to shoot this creature? I'm sorry.
I'm going to aim for Cinemass to try to just blow out its entire chest cavity.
As you do, and you punch this bowling ball-sized hole in this very frail and weak-constituted mutant of a thing, you notice the holy trefoil underneath it seems to almost glow for a moment magically to only your eyes as the creature erupts in a black bloody mass. As you hear the preacher begin to shout out in pain from the almost heated, boiling ink that is now on him.
No, sorry! Now, is there anything I can discern from the symbol glowing like that?
Not at present.
Gotcha.
Post-combat, I will let you make a check if you wish.
Understood. I was just wondering if magic sense went off.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I forgot you have magic sense as a base. Yes, you know that these particular creatures and creatures like them, if they are to die on the holy trefoil, they tend to erupt en masse.
Ooh, so it's a good thing more of them did not get in there.
Yes.
Sucks to be the preacher, though.
Oh well, I'm sure your god will save you.
It looks more cosmetic damage than actual damage.
Yep.
All right.
That will be my turn.
Okay. Next up is the allies. Give me another d6 roll if you could. 6. Woo! As the remainder of your family miraculously escapes without more than wounds. None of them seem to have perished during this raid, fortunately. Okay, that was theirs. The preacher is going to reload and unblind himself from the gunk that is on him as he's trying to get rid of this boiling blood that is on his skin. And it is Sherman's turn.
Okay, so I would like Sherman to
put down here next to this pew.
All right.
Are these movable pews?
They are movable, but Sherman is also small enough that he can either run through them or over or underneath them.
Could he move them?
I will let you do it as a check.
Let's go for it.
Give me
I want to see if Sherman can knock this pew into the path of the remaining ones and sort of try to trip them up.
Oh, I see. Yeah, go ahead and give me a standard test.
Standard test. Bada bing. That's a 2 and a 5.
2 and a 5. He passes. Go ahead and just draw a line where you want it barricade or where you want it kind of blocked off.
Yeah, I will basically just.
You can also just put an X through the squares you want blocked off.
Oh, okay. Yarg.
Yeah, perfect. All right. And we'll move Sherman just right about there. Cool. And it is now Sawyer's turn.
Alrighty. Well, seeing as I'm currently being accosted still, I would like to try and brain this one with my wrench as well. Hey. That's a 1 and a 2.
1 and a 2. Unfortunately, will miss. But you have another action.
Let's swing for him again. I need this guy off me.
All right.
That's a 4 and a 3.
As your face is covered in this black ink that is very difficult to see through. It's in your beard.
Ah, that's gonna take forever to wash out.
All while the dwindling thought of where Miles could potentially be kind of plays in the back of your head. It is now the enemy's turn. I'll have them go. They will attempt to move. That one fails. So he's going to use the remainder of his action just to move on top of that. This one will attempt to move the thing as well, somewhat mindlessly. That is a 1, so that's a fail. As he uses the second action to move there. These ones are going to have to double move to get anywhere at this point. And we'll run across to there. All right. That is the enemy. Oh, no, this one gets to attack because this one was already next to you. So swing the first is unfortunately a hit. That is 1 point of damage. Go ahead and give me an armor depletion check.
A 3 and a 3.
All right, so lower your armor by 1 per the depletion. All right. Next is it gets to attack again because that's 2 attacks, and then the second one will miss. All right. It is now Francis's turn.
So Francis is going to shout behind him. He's going to be like, "Have you two got Sawyer or not?" Here, I'll block the other path. And he's going to sort of run his way over here and sort of take up and brace, preparing for these 3 to come on down the road. Can I use focus as my thing at the end of this turn?
Yep, you
Is
can.
it worth it more to like evade?
You can focus if you want to ready a big attack next go. You do have something called power attack as well, which gives you disadvantage, so they would counter each other out. You can evade if you want to make sure you don't get hit or better your chances of not getting hit, or you can ready an attack for the moment that one comes in range.
I feel like I would love to ready an attack for the first one that comes at me.
You got it. All right, next up we have is Balin.
Reload.
Yep. All right, fair enough.
I respond to Francis. I'm trying. It's just that Sawyer's so darn short, tall, short. It's hard to get a bead on the creature in front of him. And I will take aim. And oh, goodness gracious.
Well,
Oof.
yeah.
I didn't have marksman on. Should I put that on?
Marksman only applies when you use the focus action, unfortunately.
Shoot. All right. I should have focused. All right.
It's all good.
I'm getting all flustered.
Yep.
Francis, you're throwing me off my game.
Well, as you say that, your boisterous machismo all blanketing the church, all of you can't help but feel a little bit worried for your cousin, or Sawyer, in your case, your best friend. And it is now Owen.
So I have a dumb idea.
Sure.
You said that the symbol reacted with these enemies.
Correct.
Would it be possible for me to, I don't know, supercharge the symbol with magic and make it sort of erupt to hit more of these enemies in this room?
I do like that idea. I will say you'll take an action. You know, if you're going to attempt to do something like this, you will need to be touching the symbol. So you at least need an action there. And then I will say you can reattempt this, but the first time you do it, it's going to be at disadvantage.
Gotcha. Would I be able to just jump straight down?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't need to move around.
Alright. Then I will move here in order to touch the symbol, and disadvantage, you said, yes?
Yeah.
But first I'll respond to Francis. I have an idea! Give me just a moment! That's a 4.
4. As you connect with the arcane symbols of the holy trefoil, you feel a connection, but you haven't been able to assert your will over it with magic, at least yet, but you do feel it's possible.
Gotcha. That's both actions, so that'll be turn.
All right. Next up, we have... That was Owen, so it's now the allies. He is done reloading. Seeing Sherman somewhat in danger, everyone loves a bionic dog. He's going to run up and attempt to blunderbuss these two. Someone give me a standard test. Oh, thank you, Mick, for the depletion.
Oh, I
keep
actually
forgetting.
was doing my depletion, but this is... Yeah, that's the standard test.
All right. Unfortunately, firing just over as the creatures are moving unnaturally so around this barricade, or at least attempting to. It is now Sherman's turn.
Alrighty.
Oh, didn't mean to do that one.
Sherman, as he sees these creatures trying to stumble over this pew that he's moved into the way, is going to try to once again dispatch these vermin.
All right.
That's a 1 and a 3.
That's his first action, so you still have another one.
Let's try it again. That's a 3 and a 4.
As the old dog is he's still taking a moment to kick off that bionic arthritis.
No.
Still a bit
Bionic
rusty,
arthritis.
if you will.
Sherman Ganbate.
Sawyer, it is your turn.
Well, now I've got 2 of them haranguing me. It's getting ridiculous. Now there's 2 of them. And he's gonna try again with the lead wrench.
All right.
It was Sawyer in the chapel with the wrench.
So first swing is a miss.
First swing is a miss.
One day it will be Sawyer in the chapel.
And
But it is not
Today
this
is
time.
not today!
oh, I'm not doing well.
Sawyer, as you're breathing heavy, sweat is starting to pour down your brow in quite a bit, and you feel your leather jerkin kind of out of place from that initial hit as the 2 creatures are rearing down atop of you. And it is the
I'm
enemy's
not built for this.
turn as a swing unfortunately connects with Sherman from the one directly ahead of it.
No.
Sherman winces in pain but still stands his ground as the second one misses. This one
Built that dog to feel pain?
This one will move up, provoking your ready to attack. For Francis.
Haha!
That is it.
Hey.
Ah!
How do you want to do it as you bring that one down?
I want him to be running, and then I have like attempted to crouch terribly stealth, and then just go for the knees.
I
We're
like
just
it.
gonna tumble him down.
As 2 more seem to take its place, The first swing, that is a 5. That's a hit. This for 1 damage. As the second swing, unfortunately, crits, so that's 2 damage.
Ah, damn it! Sorry, father.
Sawyer, the one in front of you, is also going to have an equally bad time attempting to swing twice and missing. As this one's going to move up and try to get around you, which I should have done before. Even with advantage, the first one, or it's only one because it moved, is a miss. So that is that. That is, I believe, all the enemies. Yes, it is. So it is now Francis.
We're gonna keep swinging. We're gonna start with this guy in front of me.
All right.
No!
Oh!
Finally, the wounds are catching up with me.
Yeah.
I'm just trying desperately to get in the way of them at this point.
Well, that was only one action, so you still have another action if you want to attack
Oh,
again.
that's right. Yeah! Damn it!
Oh no! As your wounds are catching up to you. Okay.
Stop messing around, Francis.
Sorry. I'll make sure to kill more than 5 or 6 next time.
Next up is Palin.
All right, I'm gonna jump down. I'm out of bullets out of my rifle, so I gotta pull my pistol. My range on my pistol is quite a bit shorter, yeah?
It's 25 feet. So 5
Alrighty.
squares.
5 squares. 5 squares. That is 5 squares. All right, cool. So I'm going to jump down next to Owen. Owen, whatever you're doing, whatever you're playing at, you better make it quick. And I will, do I have enough turn to take aim at one of these enemies by Sawyer?
Yes, you have enough move. You can absolutely shoot them. You won't be able to focus, but you can absolutely shoot them like normal. Let's just say
Oh no, I would like to take aim focus.
Oh, you want to focus? Yeah, you can absolutely focus.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
That's end of turn.
Okay, next up is Owen.
Come on. Focus on the runes. Focus on the magic. I would
stand-
like to focus.
Oh, fair enough. Then give me advantage.
Advantage on the test for the rune?
Yep.
That looks like a 5, 1 success.
1 success. All right. Give me a d6 roll.
4.
Pick 4 enemies to be repulsed and rebuffed by your attempts.
Then I'm going to pick these 2.
All right.
And I'm also going to pick the 2 by Sawyer.
As you connect to the magic of the Holy Trefoil, you notice these 4 creatures slightly fall back from a radiant light as all of you witness these 4 creatures slowly wince in pain as though they're being blinded before turning into ash in front of you. Please give me a standard test, if you would.
2 and a 3.
As you do this, you notice the pastor Elijah look towards you in shock as you feel the world slowly warp around you and in front of you. You lose 1 sanity.
Oh, that's bad.
All right.
Nice work, Owen.
Sort of
But
sign
you're
of
looking a
recoil we
little
can take.
worse for wear. Are you all right, Owen?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Sorry, Monty, you cut out. Or Lamonti. Lamont. Christian Lamont.
Lamonti.
It is me, Lamonte. Is there some sort of sign of the trefoil we can make upon seeing this?
You know, I've never thought of that. Feel free to imagine something. It's like a gang sign.
We rep the nukes.
All right. So that was 2 actions because it was the test and the focus. So it is now the ally's turn. He is going to reload and fire. Please give me a standard test. 4 and a 3 unfortunately will miss as the blunderbuss fires just over again. You could see the Pastor Elijah is more concerned about what just happened behind him than the enemies in front of him. And with that, it is Sherman's turn.
Sherman's second verse, same as the first, is gonna try and rip and tear until it's done. That's a 5.
That's a hit.
Right on, right on.
How do you want him to do it?
I think Sherman will just like bowl into the legs of this one, knock him down, and then knock him down with such force that his head just splatters against the floor of this church.
You see the organic parts of your mostly bionic dog seem to be somewhat wounded, but the Sherman's still ticking, as that's only one action.
He's gonna do it again. That's a 4 and a 2.
As he seems to be narratively a bit out of gas from that attack. Also, it's up to you to choose whatever kind of dog or hound you want to have.
He is absolutely a basset hound.
Hell yeah. All right, so now it's Sawyer's turn.
All right, well, he'll just look around him at the big surge of energy and he'll go, by the path. Oh, and that was amazing. Now I'm finally able to free up my hands for something I'm actually good at. And he is going to take aim with his blunderbuss. So I'm going to focus this. And so I get advantage?
Yep, because it's already reloaded, so you gain advantage.
Alright. Blunderbuss, fire. That's a 5, a 2, and a 5.
Which hits. How do you want to bring this last opponent down?
I think maybe the last ghoul is caught up in this pew for just long enough that Sawyer manages to take a crouching aim, and as it turns to look over in his direction, hearing the click from the blunderbuss, its gray matter is scattered.
I love it.
Onto the pews behind it.
And with that, initiative is over.
Well, it seems appropriate the best man gets the final shot. Well played, Sawyer.
You see Pastor Elijah run towards the symbol and then immediately run towards you in particular, Owen, as he sort of checks your eyes. From your vantage where you're standing, Balin, you notice what looks like a strange dilation of the eyes, despite the light in Owen's eyes, as the pastor, the old man, somewhat injured, is trying to help calm him down and breathe.
Did we get them? Is it over?
You did good, Owen. I don't know what you did, but you did it well.
Yeah, fight's over. But we got a different problem now. Miles and the bride are missing.
Something was weird. That person, thing, whatever it was, interfered with my casting. Something was wrong.
You see from your immediate vantage, Sawyer, what appears to be Sherman kind of sniffing the air before sniffing onto what looks like one of Miles, a handkerchief Miles may have left behind, and beginning to very quickly move towards the door, then look towards you, as though he has the scent.
Hang on. Guys, we gotta go. Sherman's got the scent.
You see Pastor Elijah look towards you. Now, boy, you better be careful, okay? Whatever you did, I would not recommend doing that again. Not towards you, sorry. I'm sorry. Towards Owen.
Unless we're in a bind, priest. In which case, go at it.
Go on, get. I'll clean up here. He looks towards you, or says towards you, Owen.
Are you hurt?
I'll be fine. Go on, give Mouse.
Above game, though, is the pastor hurt?
Cosmetically.
All right, because I was going to heal him if he was.
Speaking of which, you all gain your armor value and health back.
Woo!
The armor number. Not the parentheses one, but the one that says armor and then a number.
As far as the depletion, do we reset that or no?
You do reset that, yes.
Ah.
I don't suppose I get my sanity back, do I?
Nope. You messed with reality and it messes back.
I feel much more sane now. Thank you.
All right, with that, you guys want to chase wherever Sherman's nose is leading?
Absolutely.
Okay.
As we leave and I step over bodies, I just want to be like, "Oh, we can't help." Oh, yeah, no, we just because Sherman. That's why, certainly, yeah. Bye.
Before you go, however, the pastor is going to hand. He's going to hand Sawyer as well as Balin an additional pistol. So if you want to copy the powder pistol, you have 2 now.
Oh.
Let's go.
I will also assume I've grabbed my effects from that table.
Yes,
in the
that
intervening time.
makes total sense.
And
Also, can we
bless you
paint Sherman
too,
like a toucan?
please.
You can paint however you want.
I want to paint him like a toucan so we can follow his nose.
All right, Arkov. As you continue to chase down the way, attempting to follow Sherman through the town of Coastview, all of you see what looks like further signs of carnage of these creatures known as rancors and their black blood. You seem to find what looks like immediately outside as you're moving through the town rather quickly, what sounds like further sounds of combat, but to your eyes, something a bit more disparaging. It appears that the hundreds of holy trefoils that would adorn the street fences, the roofs, and the doorways of Cliffview have mostly been toppled over or destroyed, as all of you hear further screaming coming from town square, the direction that Sherman seems to be rushing towards in a mad dash.
By the path, what's happening?
As you all rush ahead, I assume.
Yeah. Do we see any more? Do we see anything moving?
Not
Any
quite.
people or creatures?
You see a few people attempting to recover and restore some of the wounds. It seems like many of the people in the town have immediately rebuffed some of the Rancor's attacks, but none of
Can
you
I
have
approach
seen.
one of these people?
Sure. Yeah,
What's
absolutely.
happened here? I asked them, what has happened here?
The Rancors, they attacked in great number. We've never seen this many at all at once.
Which way did they go?
Towards the town square. I think they were carrying the young Mr. and Mrs.
Miles. Thank you, and good luck.
As he says this aloud, to you in particular, Balin, you've gone ranging out of the town quite a bit, as is your family's trade, and you've never seen this many Rancors in one place. Certainly not seemingly organized in an attack like this.
Something's definitely strange with these Rancor. In terms of their numbers, I don't know what's drawn them here. Something. It must be Miles's wife. I always knew she was trouble.
What if it wasn't her? What if it was that man that showed up?
Yeah, the man who showed up for her? Yeah.
She seemed to attack him, though.
That's true. She may need our help, too. But whatever she needs is secondary to Miles. Idiot. Getting married.
As you say that, continually rushing with some pace, you all manage to find your way into the town square. And as you do, you see a melee between a number of the makeshift militia of Cliffview and more of these Rancors. And further in the corner, what appears to be that strange figure, as well as Miles and his wife to be. And with that, I'm going to move you over. To here, and ask for initiatives once more.
Oh. Oh.
So if you guys could, within this corner, so go ahead and just drag your characters over to there, and I'll bring Sherman right in front.
Dog. Wolf. Bark.
All right.
Here, I'll let you go in front of me, Francis. That way you have a
Be
clear
my
shot to
pleasure.
things.
We got Francis. We got Owen. And we got Balin. We just need one from you, Sawyer.
All right. Initiative. 7.
Wow, all right. You all rolled remarkably well. All things considered, and with
Don't sound so brokenhearted.
well, I was shocked. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to do this in particular order, but I didn't have to. It was all player order. With that, it is Francis's turn first. I think we're missing just. Hey, we're good. All right, Francis, your move first.
So Francis never relimbered the axes as he sees what's going on. He knows what his job is. He's gonna run in here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just start swinging. He's swinging left. He's swinging right. Ba-boom! Damn it!
All right, as you rush in, trying to swing towards them, the sprint here seems to have gassed you a bit more than you thought, as you notice these creatures, these rancors are something is a bit strange about them, stranger than the ones that attacked you in the church. You can't quite place what it is, but the vibes of them seem far more controlled rather than ravenous.
I definitely want to shout back like, "Oh, this one's so fast, guys! It's so fast! You don't. Oh God!"
Owen, your turn.
I'm debating whether or not I should try that same trick again, because I do see the symbol in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The priest did say not to do it, but I'm not fond of listening to priests. Then I'm going to move to that spot. One move action. And then I'm going to focus in preparation for the next turn.
All right, fair enough. Next up is Sawyer.
All right. Sawyer's going to rock into the fight here. I think you can lock your measurements now, can't you?
I don't know how. I think they either hold control or they shift click it. I don't remember.
Aha!
What was it?
It was shift click.
Oh, there you go.
So I'll move my movement into the fray here. I will level my blunderbuss.
Oh, yes.
This one.
You guys could have reloaded during the interim as well, so don't worry about that.
Oh yeah. I will. Actually, you know what? Let's use my powder pistol for this one. I'll wait until they're grouped up for my big old blunderbuss.
All right. And you guys both wrote down that you have an extra pistol, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I did not have one to begin with, but.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, there you go. Now you have a pistol. if you want to look at either Balin.
I already copied it.
Perfect. All right. Shit, you want it?
All right. Krakow. That is a 1 and a 2. However, I have an ability called Lucky Shot. If I make a ranged attack test and none of my dice succeed, I may re-roll one of the dice. So I will re-roll that 1.
All right.
That's a 3.
Fortunately, a miss. It was not meant to be.
Darn.
The shot just goes wide. With that, it is Balin.
Francis, do you need a hand or do you have yours covered? Francis.
Surely I'll
Francis.
pull it together for the next one. I got it. I got it.
All right then. I'm assuming we got some grouping action here going, but just in case they rush Sawyer, I just want to see how long of a shot I got. I could technically hit this guy here. I'm going to take aim, focus, and then take my shot. Is that with advantage?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Damn. Because of the focus and the shot. Sorry, did you focus or did you just shoot?
I focused.
Then yeah, those are a hit because you have focus and marksmanship. So which one are you shooting at?
I was shooting the furthest one away from the group. This guy right here. Oh shoot! Here we go. Right there.
That one? Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you want to bring him down as the shot lands clear?
Francis, before you get attacked, I want you to see something. This is how it's done. And I put the gun up to my eye. I shoot. The bullet goes right over Sawyer's shoulder and explodes as this creature is attacking this pedestrian. And as it like reaches towards the pedestrian, the bullet goes through the hand that's reaching it and also through its head.
I love it.
Oh, well, must be nice to have such clean clothes over there in the distance. Must be just so great.
It is now Balin's turn.
My character doesn't laugh, he just smirks.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was Balin's turn. Enemies.
Yeah, that was Balin, sorry.
Go ahead and give me depletion. I'm
Yep,
trying to remember.
You got it. I just remembered that.
I also need depletion from you, Connor. I forgot. You're unfortunately lower the depletion by 1. You need a 5 or 6.
You got it.
Alrighty. Depletion test.
Standard.
Bada boom.
Yeah, lower it by 1. Okay. Let's see. It's now the enemy's turn. Someone give me 2d6, please. 1. Okay. You notice the creatures are somewhat shocked at your display, as rather than ravenously attacking these townsfolk, you notice the ones in back form a almost defensive line.
Oh, they smart now.
Everyone, please give me a standard test real quick.
That will take up my focus, will it not?
No, because this is a forced action, not your choice of an action.
Oh. It's a 6 and a 1.
All right. Who passed? Is it just Sawyer?
I got a 6 and a 5.
Oh, you pass as well. So you both see. Both of you hear a low grumble from Sawyer and Balin as the figure that is holding the two by the wrist, as you see their rings still glowing in the sun. Both of you hear, just barely audible, a strange guttural noise emanate from the figure's mouth. As all of you see the light ahead of you, it's almost as though the sun is darkening and the temperature is cooling. As they do this, you notice the figures that are around seem to be a bit more attentive, a bit more alert, and a bit more ready for the combat ahead. However, in doing this, it doesn't seem that any of them found purchase on their immediate attackers, save for the one who is going to attempt to attack back into Francis. With just a miss. And then, yeah, that's it. Alright, next up is the allies. Please give me another 2d6 rolls, please. Alright. As from the far end, you notice this civilian seemed to take down this rancor down below. And with
Nice
that,
work.
it is Sherman's turn.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sherman. He's gonna take one of his actions and, you know what? He's gonna... You said he's got 35?
Yes, yeah. So you can move 70 in a turn if he wants.
He's got 70. Yeah, I whistle for him to go over and try and help the almost newlyweds. And he's just gonna sprint over here, trying to get as close as he can to them. And that'll be his turn.
All right. Next up, we have top of the round, Francis.
All right, we're back. You and me, Rancor. Let's go. Yes, there we are. Oh.
As you swing, how do you want to bring this one down?
After having taken the hit or taken the dodge from him, I want to come up from underneath, right under the armpit, try to go up through as much of the neck as I can. If I get caught, I just want to tear it back out and sort of like orc roar a little bit, get that feral bloodlust going.
All right, good bring down. How do you still have an action, so
I would like to huck my axe, or one of my axes, at this gentleman over here.
all right.
Just a test as usual, or is this disadvantage now?
Give me 1 second. Just you're throwing your heavy axe, or do you want to use the powder pistol?
I thought it said I had 2 heavy axes, but I now realize that that's just saying that it's
It's 2 damage. I'm sorry. Yeah.
2 is the damage. In that case, I will go to throw my axe. Remember that I only have 1 axe. Honestly, I should probably hold on to it for a minute, and I will pull out the other pistol and try to quick shot that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And wildly with it.
As the shot goes wide, you're still not used to these firearms in your hand. I will say, above game note, I totally forgot to mention, if you do flank, so you completely parallel like somebody, like a checkerboard, you gain advantage. So just for future movement. I totally forgot to mention that.
Oh.
Oh boy. Oh man. Oh, what a shame that we didn't know that. Wild that was somehow missed. I would like to try to shout over the thing. I'm like, Damaris, I've always liked you. I am liking this less.
As you call that out from your vantage in particular, Francis, you notice what looks like whatever this figure is chanting out. It seems to have an almost trance-like effect on Miles and Damaris, as they almost look out of their minds, slowly following or being guided towards wherever this figure is doing. But from your vantage, you also know the figure is doing something more than just chanting. They're working on something.
Haunting.
All right. Owen, your go.
I'm going to take 1 move action. And I'm going to try to get right in the middle of this symbol.
Okay.
And, let's see if I can make that connection again. Because he knows it worked once. He knows how effective it was.
This will again
He's
be
going
at
to try
disadvantage
again.
at first, so it counts out, so it's just a standard test.
Gotcha.
That's 5.
5? All right. Let's see. Give me a d6 roll.
3.
3? All right. Go ahead and pick 3 figures that are nearest to you, or at least somewhere around you, and they will be affected by it. Those 3?
Oh, wait, that's...
Yeah, it probably wasn't showing. But now
Yeah, I
it
see
is.
him. Yeah, I see him.
I cast Bermuda Triangle.
I cast isosceles triangle.
As this one's still touching the symbol, will explode in viscera as the other ones turn to ash. Please give me a test with advantage now on this one.
There is a 5 in there.
As you retain some measure of sanity despite warping reality ahead of you.
He's trying to keep his lunch down.
That was 2 actions. Good job. It is now, let's see, that was Owen, so Sawyer.
All right. Yeah, you know what? Now that everything is dandy right here in the middle next to the trefoil, I believe that Sawyer is going to use one of his actions to move into the symbol. Oh, good work again. I'm not sure what sort of miracles you're working, but the radiant path surely shines on you.
I taste purple.
Huh?
Oh,
Anyway, I am going to then take aim with my blunderbuss right here into this crowd of ghouls. Yeah, just right in the middle here.
makes sense.
Krakow! That's a 2 and a 5.
That's a hit. Pick which 3 you want to do 1 damage to.
Just right here in the middle. All 3 of these ones.
Sounds good. You notice. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. If he crits with the blunderbuss, is it a +1 to all those ones?
It's per 6 in that case. So if you rolled 3 6s, then it would be 2 damage each.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. As all 3 of these are hit, you notice these ones simply stand as the recoil hits them. The shrapnel seems to hit them, even penetrating partly through them, but they still stand, almost seemingly unaffected, despite the significant amount of holes and black blood pouring through them.
Oh, so that's how it's gonna be, huh? Guess I'll need the good powder.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Next up is Balin.
Francis, leave the shooting to the gunners. Sawyer's got the right idea. I'm going to move 1, 2. I'm at 30. I can go 30, so I'll go there. Is it here?
Yep.
I think. All right. And I don't think I can quite get my target. Yes, I can actually. No, I need to move again. I actually want to. I don't want to waste this turn, but at the same time, I would like to. You know what? I'm gonna focus. I'm going to take aim and focus at this grouping here.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you reloaded for your rifle?
Oh, shit. I'm not reloaded. Crud. All right, so I can't focus. I'm just going to reload.
Move and reload.
then.
Okay. Yep. But
All
if you're
right.
not moving, next turn you could focus and shoot.
Yeah, I'm not though. Cousins. He's got a wall of these things. I think we may need to just go for the source. All right, I'm it.
All right. Next up is the enemies. Someone give me 2d6 rolls.
I'll do it.
Oh, sorry. Nice.
That's okay.
4 and 4. Okay. Let me check my handy dandy chart here. You notice the figure in the trefoil that is defending against the Rancor manages to defend, as this one seems to take a bit of damage. As is this one. This one misses. As all of you notice what looks like the figure's beginning to move ahead. I need a 2d6 roll specifically from Owen, please.
That is A6.
You notice the figure up ahead that's holding both Miles and Damaris, and as he places one hand on both of their wrists, the other hand, he brings out a strange-looking, bionic and alien-looking device before his chance seemed to finish. And all 3 of them, you can tell, not disappear, but seem to teleport somewhere else.
They've done it again.
Give me 2d6.
Just another standard test.
Yep.
That's 6.
6. All right. Pick 3 enemies for the townsfolk who are pretty beat up and injured to take down.
So we'll pick this one.
All right.
This one. And this one.
Okay. As
Because the guy appeared defended successfully, so he's fine.
As the townsfolk seem to be gathering any form of powder pistol or axe or errant pitchfork to try and bring these people down, they managed to bring a few of them. It is now Sherman's go.
All right, Sherman, with his previous designation to try and interrupt whatever was happening here, is going to follow through, even though his protection targets are gone. And he's going to try and munch on this one down here. That is a 1 and a 3, however.
Unfortunately, just barely. Oh, I'm so sorry. He actually has advantage. Reroll the whole thing. These things are staying completely still. They're not trying to defend themselves. They have advantage. So don't reroll.
Well, that's 2, a 6, and a 1.
That's a crit, so it's 2 damage, which is enough to bring this one down. How do you want him to do it?
I think he just sort of bowls him over with his massive weight, and then using that weight will just jump up and pounce on his head and just completely cave his skull in.
I like it. As you hear the pistons inside seem to restore some of his weight as he kind of finds purchase onto the ground. It is now Francis's turn.
Bulwark.
So Francis, having heeded his friend's advice and understanding deeply that he is not skilled at the distance, is going to run forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he is going to use its pistol for what it is truly meant to do and bash this Rancor in the face.
With advantage.
Yes.
Do you want to...
With advantage.
Yeah.
Wait, sincerely with advantage?
Yeah, because he's parallel to it, right?
Oh, no, he's got to move right here if you're going to be getting the flank. You're using it in melee or you're shooting?
Melee, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, if you can get a flanking bonus by just moving to there, but...
I think that's a little outside my range.
Yeah, so just normal.
That's all right. Ah!
That's a crit, which is 2 damage, which easily brings this thing down. How do you want to do it?
I just want to go for it. Once I find out that it works, I just keep slamming, and be like, hey, I figured it out. I know what these are for now.
All done, as you manage to bring him down. Next up...
Well, that's how you use a gun.
Next up, we have... let's see. That was Sawyer. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Francis. It's now Owen. Ugh.
Yep. Now, how much of the information you sent all of us would my character know? Of the history?
Literally, out of all of you, just your character, as you are very well studied.
Okay, so he knows exactly what that device was, origin-wise.
Yes.
He will hold that to himself for now. No need to distract people with confusing things they know nothing about. Well, with that in mind, focus holy symbol again. I'm a wizard, but I'm playing a cleric.
So you're focused on that holy symbol, so the it's no longer at advantage, so or disadvantage, so it's just a normal, but because you're focusing, you have advantage, so go ahead and roll with advantage.
Alrighty. I should click the roll modifier for focus, yes?
Yes.
2 5s.
2 5s. All right. Let's see. You can do 1 point of damage to 4 targets.
Convenient. There just so happen to be 4 targets left.
Oh shit! Yeah. So you're doing 1 to the ones that are already damaged.
Yes.
As these 3 don't react to being blinded by this light, but do turn to ash regardless. This one's just damaged and not brought down. Please give me a non-focused save. So I need a test, just a normal test.
That's a 6.
as you don't lose sanity again.
Getting
Damn.
better at this.
Woo!
Take that, God. I read your homework.
All right, as reality is continually bending in front of you, submitting to your will in this way, it is now Sawyer's turn.
Okay, now it's blue.
This is crazy. Where's this been all this time? Well, Sawyer's like reaching for like a special bag of black powder, and then he's like just slowly puts it away, grabs the regular bag.
I'm not wasting this.
He's gonna reload his powder pistol, and he is going to take fire at this last remaining one.
Okay.
Bada bing. That is a 6.
6? Well done. Okay. How do you want to bring this one low?
He pulls out that big iron and he levels it like sort of like cowboy style, like with like one hand under his shooting hand to stabilize himself. He pulls the trigger and just with an expert shot just ventilates this creature.
Well done. As initiative is now over, however, I do need everyone to give me a test with advantage, except for Owen, who needs to give it to me with just standard.
That is 1-6. It is also a 1 and a 6.
I got a 1, 1, and a 3.
I got a 5, a 6, and a 1.
All right. All of you feel a warm pulse emanate from the sacred trefoil, but specifically, you feel the effects a bit more dampening, almost weighing upon you for a split second, as specifically, Balin, you take 1 point of radiation.
Oh. And I know it's from the symbol.
You feel something off about the symbol. Only to Owen's eyes can he see the magic beginning to return and try to find itself dormant. At this particular point, Owen, you know that you were using these runes to literally throw the radiation that this symbol evokes into these targets.
I had a feeling. That's why I wanted to overcharge it.
Owen, I have to say I'm quite impressed with this skill of yours. I feel like you've been holding back. But I can kind of see what that priest was saying. Whatever it is I'm feeling, it's from that symbol.
Your connection to the radiant path is quite strong.
It's not quite the radiant path. It's magic. The radiant path is magic. I
Well, whatever
used
it is, it makes me feel weird.
Well, anything is bad in excess, but I'm afraid I have some information about our mysterious figure, and it's not good.
As you say this, all of you see Francis's father appear, Marshal Levi, pretty injured from what looks like a good bit of combat trying to get rid of these things as the townsfolk slowly disperse trying to repair the damages done. You see Levi look towards where both Miles and Damaris were standing and look somewhat dejected, nursing what looks like a pretty painful wound.
I will definitely rush on over to him and like try to take as much of his weight on my shoulder as is possible. I'm half orc. Is he my orc parent or my non-orc parent?
He's your orc parent.
He's my orc parent. So I will loop the arm underneath him and try to hold him up. Father, are you all right?
Yes, Mayor Winslow was injured during the attack on the town. I've never seen something like this happen before.
I wish you would care less for him than for yourself, but I'm glad you've made it.
Looking towards the group, did you see where Miles and Damaris went?
They were spirited away by some magic or something.
I have information about that, sir.
Go on.
Do you know what the word noctant means?
Yes. Alien creatures.
That man that was with them. He used some sort of noctant device. They teleported somewhere. I know not why, but I don't even know if we can follow.
Noctants. In Cliffview.
I had a feeling when the symbol was effective in pushing them back, but I'm sorry I don't have more information.
No, you've all done more than enough. Why would Noctants want Miles and Damaris? Whatever it is, it can't be good.
He seems to think.
Miles.
Go ahead.
So the rest of the people here are his family, but I'm his best friend.
Yes.
Is there anything that Miles might have told me that he probably wouldn't have told anybody else?
You know what? I really like that angle, Connor. Kind of reflecting back and trying to think what any of this could happen. You do remember Damaris saying she had very strange dreams leading up to the night of the wedding, but he was pretty certain it was just some form of nervousness about the wedding and that she wasn't going to have any family in attendance. But she seemed to convey to him that she was convinced it's something more, something she couldn't quite identify. Very vivid, almost messages in her mind.
I seem to remember Miles complaining about Damara having some sort of dream before the wedding. I'm not sure what that has anything to do with anything, but at this point it seems like it's more than a coincidence.
I just remember Miles complaining about her all the time, so I didn't clock any of the specifics.
Well, whatever it is, if it's Noctans involved, it can't be good. And I have an idea. The newlyweds, did they exchange rings?
Yes.
Sorry, above table. Yeah, pretty sure.
They were.
Yes?
Those would have been freshly forged radiant rings. If so, they would have plenty of radiant energy upon them. Should be trackable. Your boy, Sherman, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
He kind of
My bionic hound.
Okay, yeah.
he kind of whistles over as Sherman walks over there, wagging his bionic tail. You see Marshal Levi adjusting some things on his side before taking out a strange-looking device and kind of planting it into the bionics at the top of Sherman. As all of you begin to hear what sounds like a radiation tracker beginning to tick, as he seems to start looking around and almost as though he has a scent, but instead almost a visible understanding of where this radiant energy is emanating seems to point somewhere out of town.
It seems Sherman has a bead on them.
Oh, we trusted his nose before.
I hate to ask this of you, but no one else in town is able-bodied at present. If I could deputize you four, would you be willing to go after them?
Deputized or not, I would.
Good.
Yeah. That's my best friend.
Miles' family, so of course.
Then take this.
And he hands you a ruined bag of healing draughts.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Perhaps you should take this, Father. You're clearly the worse for wear right now.
The doctor's almost done treating the mayor last I left him. I should be fine heading over to his skilled hands.
I can take care of you. My family are doctors, if you remember.
Right.
Come here. I will go over and try to use magic heal on him.
All right. Go and give me a depletion.
That is a 6.
Hey.
Okay. As you see him restore many of the wounds, now just more cosmetic. He'll just need to sleep the rest of it off, you're pretty certain. As he kind of takes a breath forward. All of you notice what looks like a light seem to emanate from the hand of Owen, as many of the wounds, cuts, and bruises begin to heal themselves in an instant in front of you.
From his hands?
Yes.
Owen, you've proved to be quite handy.
Damn it.
You say that aloud. All of you knew that Owen practiced magics and trying to understand it, but this is the first time you've all seen him actively use them in a particular situation outside of parlor tricks.
And he's bending reality and melting bad guys and bringing people back from the verge of death. Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude.
If there's... I can't imagine those two have a lot of time. You should make way. Try follow as soon as possible.
Do we have a mode of transportation?
Looks towards the stables. It looks like many of the bionic horses seem to have ran off.
Great.
We have our legs. That should serve us well enough.
And we have Sherman's nose, which will point us in the right direction.
And my axe.
Francis, do you need to ride on someone's back? We gotta make haste, and your short little stubby legs may hold us back.
Well, I suppose we'll just see who is held back by who, won't we?
Hold back your mother.
As you begin to head out, who would like to take the ruined bag?
Given that I can already heal people.
Yeah, I'd give it to Owen. I vote Owen and his magic tricks.
Well, if it's potions of healing, it might be better served for one of the melee fighters.
Oh, right.
I mean, I'm happy to take it. I've got water and rope.
All right, go ahead and write down in your inventory, so below all that, ruined bag of heal.
Oh, got it.
And
Anyone can use it?
anyone can use it.
Oh, I thought it was like a refill on a heal spell. My
Nope.
bad.
No, totally fair. But it is, you reach in, you pull out a bottle of healing drought. It has it has a depletion rating of 3, so.
Oh, sweet.
Depletion rating of 3, you say?
Yep. And aside from that, as you guys begin to head out of Cliffview, some of you for the first time in a long time, for some of you, this is a very normal affair to leave, but all of you still see that dampened sky overhead as you begin to tread off into the road that Sherman leads you to. Right now, we're going to take a break because I need to use the restroom.
Okay.
Huzzah.
Break time!
I like to think of that dampened sky like the effect you see when there's an eclipse starting. It's still bright out, but it's weirdly dimmed.
You think you don't have to wear sunscreen, but radiation levels do and what sanity levels effects are.
It does not, sadly.
All right. Well, I'll just
Sorry
ask
about
when
that.
it gets back.
I think I muted all. That was my bad.
Quick question. So
Yep.
radiation levels, what should we be looking out for? Like, is there soft caps at certain things? Like currently I'm at 3. Does that have any different effect?
Each time you reach an even level, something happens.
Oh, so 4, 6.
Yep.
and so
2,
forth?
4,
Okay.
6, yeah.
Wait, you're
Okay.
already irradiated?
Yeah, I'm level 3 for. Well, now I am. I was starting at 2.
It's because you venture outside the city a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So then, what about sanity levels?
Sanity levels, it's again every 2, something happens.
Okay.
So I'm good where I am.
Same with
right
corruption.
now.
Yep.
What did you drop to, Owen?
I'm at 7 sanity and 1 corruption.
Got it. Alrighty.
My current sanity level means my tests against fear are a step harder.
Oh,
That's why I
interesting.
failed earlier.
Got it.
Unfortunately, and fortunately, though in that case, unfortunately, you can also see things with magic sense that other people can't see.
Yep. That's why I
like
immediately asked
insight
about.
in Bloodborne.
Yes, very similar.
That's cool.
That's pretty much why I immediately asked about magic sense back in the first fight.
Oh yeah, thank you for saying that. I totally forgot about that.
Which, thank you for allowing my nonsense. I like thinking outside the box. for
No,
things.
yeah, I like players who think outside the box as well. All right, Lamont, you there?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm here.
Hell yeah! Everyone get
I have successfully peed, and now we are back.
fuck yeah!
Oh, I peed during one of our. I just muted myself.
Damn, you are speed. You are stealth.
Well, I have a laptop, so I just brought the laptop with me.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it raining near you? Yes, very
Dedicated.
subtle.
Yeah, we all got.
Oh, it's raining so hard. Speaking of which, how you doing, Arkhov, with the rain?
It's still storming. Thunder has died down a little bit, but it is pouring.
Gotcha.
Oh man.
How about you, Connor? Connor might be on mute. Might still be away. We might
I'm
go,
perfectly fine with it.
unfortunately, a little bit late, just because we had to start a little bit late. If that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
All
I
right,
didn't
fine.
even know at the time what time. frame,
Typically,
so-
I try to end around 2.5 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Aside from that, how you guys doing? How you doing, chat? Players, you having fun?
Oh, I'm loving this.
Yeah. No, it's super fun.
Indeed.
This is a weirder setting I've been cooking up for a while.
Yeah. Been sitting on the I like because the way you described it in the chat when you were like it's like Fallout and it's like the Baroque period, it's all these things, and I was like, I'm not seeing how all that's melding together, but I've seen you do some crazy shit, so I'm gonna believe it.
Hell yeah.
Trust it until it works.
Hopefully you could see what I was saying now, hopefully.
Oh, absolutely, makes total sense.
You know, it's like a cake and like a pasta and a dessert, but with meat. Yeah,
Meat
Yeah.
pie.
yeah. Oh God, I would love a meat, just a big old meat pie.
Yeah, me too.
Carrots,
Some
peas,
irradiated
little
ketchup on
potato
it.
bits. Yeah.
Just
Uh,
that right amount of crisp.
I had mentioned, Connor, I might go a little late just because we had to start a little bit
Yeah, I
late.
heard you.
All right, cool. Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. With that, it sounds like we're all back, so let's jump back into it, shall we?
Huzzah.
On the road.
As you continue your travel, I'll make sure the music is going. There it goes. As you continue down the road, past what looks like a number of ruins, you can't quite tell how much time passes, though certainly not more than an hour or two. And as you continue to head down this road, all of you see something that's unfamiliar to all of you, save for perhaps Balin in this case. Further off to your left, to your left, you see what looks like a massive coastal metropolis that is decrepit and overgrown, destroyed many, many decades ago, with what looks like waves and nature attempting to reclaim the carcass of this once large city that was here. The only thing that seems to remain in all of this that is still somehow pristine are various corporate logos that are pieced through the city and on top of ruined buildings. And as you look out further on, you notice what looks like the pathway that Sherman is leading you towards. The radiation continually ticking away leads you at the foot of what appears to be a forest. And as you move closer, you ready yourselves, as forests have all sorts of strange creatures, various types that might be lurking inside, typically very irradiated ones. However, as you move closer, to your surprise, Balin, you don't hear the heavy radiation that you would normally sense around the trees and forests that you typically hunt in and operate in. Instead,
and these are the the beasts that I would go on the hunting when we go beast hunting.
yes, this forest, which you've never been to, seems to be a clean forest, something that is very ominous, as there's no sense of radiation there.
Have I experienced this before?
You've heard of it, you've never experienced it.
Well, there appears to be some good news. This forest, while I've never been in such a place, seems to be somewhat clean, free of radiation. It should make tracking Miles and his wife somewhat easier. That said, I have no idea what types of creatures might be here, what types of beasts. So keep your eyes open.
And as you take a few steps in, those who follow the radiant path feel comfortable knowing that there isn't going to be this testing of their body and wills from the irradiated forest, then come to the realization that the reason why clean forests tend to have such a bad reputation is because Noctants can travel through them freely without fear of the same radiation. Something that is so poisonous to them is
right.
much more easy for you to venture through. Sherman continues to guide you as you see the day turn from late morning into afternoon, until finally all of you begin to hear strange noises come from the clean trees in their wood. Please give me standard tests.
That is a 1 and 6.
During this sort of slow roll walk out this way, can I have used the rune bag of heal to restore some of my HP?
Absolutely. All of you can restore your health. If you took any damage from the armor, just give me an armor depletion.
That puts us back to our actual max, or that one little bonus one?
That one little bonus, yep.
Yeah.
So the armor depletion and the items don't restore their depletion. The weapons do at the end of each combat. But as you move on, let's see, did I get a standard from everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sawyer and Owen. As you all begin to walk through the forest, you notice Sherman seem to look up, somewhat confused, as though he's hearing something, as both Owen and Sawyer look around and see two large shapes about the size and height of Sherman begin to crawl out from the forest line very aggressively, as all of you, or as you both see what looks like these 8-legged bionic or creatures begin to menace and loom towards your group. I need initiatives from everybody, but both of you who noticed gain additional +2 to this, to whatever you roll.
Woo!
8.
So mine is also 8.
And go ahead and put yourselves right here, just somewhere around in this area. And I'll put Sherman right here.
That is a 6.
Should I roll mine again since I matched with,
No, if you match, you can make a gentleman's agreement as to what you want. So who got the +2? It was
I had a +2.
Sawyer and Owen, I think.
Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sawyer got a 6, correct?
Yes.
If you would like to go first, Balin, by all means.
Sure. Where's the front of the group? I just figured because I usually travel forests and do stuff. I might.
You guys were traveling this way, like towards this way,
Okay.
and Sherman would be right next to you.
Okay.
Sawyer. Okay, then we have. Sorry, do we have 3 8s? Decide amongst yourselves who you'd like to go first.
I'll go last.
All right.
Except before Connor.
True.
I'll go twice.
Sorry, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Now, do I need to cast my spell armor every combat?
Yes, unfortunately. It doesn't last for
Gotcha.
more than a minute or so. Okay, first on the initiative track, you notice what appears to be 2 large, abominant, what are referred to as spiders, cyborg spiders, mutated and technologically gene-crafted by these Noctants however long ago, now let loose onto the world, as they attempt to charge towards both of you. They are about the size of Sherman, if not a little bigger, with their strange piston-like thoraxes. They attempt to snap towards you with very clearly venomous jaws. All right, an attack towards you. That will be towards Balin. What is the number next to the armor in parentheses?
4.
4. Need 4s to hit. That will miss, as an attack then goes towards Sawyer. That will hit for 1 point of damage, and then I need a standard test from you.
Standard test. It's a 4 and a 1.
4 and a 1, as you take 1 additional damage from a poisonous bite, or venomous bite.
Oh, that doesn't feel good.
As all of you still hear movement in the trees. Alright. Next up is Balin.
I've never seen these things before.
You've seen Psy creatures, usually
Okay.
Psy bears or Psy horses that travel with you. You've never seen Psy spiders before.
Okay. Cousins, careful. There's more in the trees. I'm gonna take focus, marksmanship, aim, and fire heavy at it.
Alright, the one next to you?
Yep.
Okay. Holy shit, alright. So that is, 4 points of damage because you crit?
Yep.
Or because you focused? How do you want to bring this one down?
Well, as it approaches, it swung and it missed, or I was able to somehow sidestep it. But you know what? I'll say this. It tried to strike, and I just barely moved like an inch away as it missed its strike. Its claw or its foot or whatever lands into the ground. I quickly pull out my rifle, put it right against its head, and just blast it into the ground.
Well done. As it crumbles into pieces, its bionic fuses sparking as what looks like oil pumps out of its side as it goes to the ground dead. Well done. It is now Francis's turn.
So I think as this combat was starting, Francis was reaching out to sort of touch Owen's arm for a moment, and then upon realizing this, abandons very quickly any attempt at having like a real emotion and feeling, to heft his axe and go running into battle with a yell, saying, "Damn 8-legged beasts!" Anything to like get away from thinking about how he feels. But he will flank this Psy Spider here. And attack with advantage, I believe, because of the flank.
Yep.
Yay.
Balin, thank you also.
Useless.
Yep.
Balin, thank you for rolling a depletion. You're good.
You got it. Thank you.
Distracted by my roiling torrent of emotion.
Unfortunately, your thoughts are thoughts in your head, and they managed to cloud your attempt, at least at the time being. And with that,
These
it is,
ones are fast too. Be careful. They're very quick.
it is now Owen. Remember you said at the beginning of combat, wow, I'm using all these early. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to
You're
take aim at
overthinking
this
it,
one.
Francis.
Let's go for an arcane missile. One action.
That's a 1 and a 2.
That will unfortunately miss.
Well, second verse, same as the first. Never mind. 1 and a 3.
We could say that's your depletion if you want, because you would have had to roll depletion after the first attack.
Ah, good point.
So lower by 1, and then you can attack again.
Up by 1, and there's a 6.
Hey!
That's 2 damage.
You are kind. Thank you.
And then I need a depletion, please.
5.
You're good. All right, next up, that was 2 actions, so that's that for Owen. It is now Sawyer, who I rolled on my sheet as savior. Go ahead.
We'll see. As Sawyer is going to try and finish this thing off in front of him with his trusty lead wrench. That is a 3 and a 1.
You have advantage, so reroll the whole thing because you're flanking.
Oh, that is correct. That's a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Hey, I mean it's 1 attack, so you can do it again.
Let's go
Easy as a
for
1,
it
2,
once
3.
more.
Holy crap! For each crit, it's an additional 1 point of damage.
Well, that's a 5, a 6, and a 6.
So that
Goodness
is
gracious.
is your damage 1 base with the wrench?
Damage is 1 with the lead wrench.
So that's
correct.
3 damage. As you bring the, how do you want to bring this one low?
I think having been caught off guard by so many of the other members of this party, using his somewhat shorter stature, Sawyer will just kind of sneak in, get close to this thing, and just smack it in the place where it looks the weakest, which is probably like the bottom of its abdomen.
As it crashes to the ground, you do see.
Actually, you know what?
Go ahead.
Because this thing is partly cybernetic, I think he'll take that wrench and like loosen something vital on its cyberware and just cause it to completely shut down.
I like it. I like it a lot. As the thing crumples down, now powerless and useless, all of you hear what sounds like shrieks coming from the woods separating around you. You see Sherman looking somewhat cautious and at the ready, however. So what do you want Sherman to do?
I think Sherman... Can you take both of his actions to be ready as an action?
Yeah, that makes sense to me, actually.
Because I'd like him to... The second another one of these things pops out, him try to intercept and attack it.
Okay, so like move and attack.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay, with that in mind, you do see one attempting to, or one appear from the forest here. As, real quick, I need a standard test from everyone.
6.
5 and 6.
And the whiffs keep on coming.
A 4 and a 5.
So, everyone but Francis sees the trees across the river to the south moving out of the way as though something large is on its way.
Oh.
As this one will run to try and rush specifically towards Balin. Do you want Sherman to intercept?
Yes. If it is the first one that's moving, then Sherman will absolutely intercept it.
All right. That is... go ahead and make a standard attack for me.
That's a 2 and a 2.
Unfortunately, miss, but it does intercept him as the creature attacks back and misses. This one's going to rush up and try to attack you, Sawyer. That is a miss. As this one runs up and tries to attack you,
Oh no.
Owen. That is unfortunately a hit, because I don't think you have your armor up, right?
I do not know.
All right. Go and give... So it's 1 damage, and then give me a standard test, please.
That is a 4 and a 2.
1 additional point of damage, as the venomous bite does the additional damage. And with that, it is Balin's turn.
Good dog. I'm going to reload. And I'm going to take aim. Focus. Thank you. At the, well, I guess currently the one in front of Sherman.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, totally fair. All right. Next up, we have Francis.
So Francis, while castigating the dying spider in front of him, will look up now to notice that, like, oh, there are problems that we should probably solve. He will look over at the spider next to Owen, and then just sort of like, oh, and then lift his axe again, do the same yell, "You 8-legged beasts!" Roll his way back to this attack.
Now, do you want
With
advantage?
advantage.
Okay. Remember as well, not that you should trust your rolls necessarily, but you can always give yourself a point of disadvantage to get power attack.
That is true.
But if you have advantage, then they cancel each other out and it's just standard test. But still, you hit and do 1 additional damage, so that's 3 damage, I think?
Yes, 1 additional damage. And just because I'm an orc, apparently melee damages are increased by 1.
I didn't add that in, so that's 4 damage.
Yes!
Woo!
How do you want to bring this one down?
Well, I've got 4 damage. He's got 8 legs. Let's do them 2 at a time.
I like it. I like it a lot. As it crumples down in front of you into a pile of rubble at this point. And with that, it is Owen's turn.
So, Zan, I got a dumb question.
I love dumb questions.
This is a clean forest, right? No radiation?
Correct.
And radiation in this setting is inherently magical.
Yes.
So, say we had someone who, I don't know, had a few levels of radiation? Could I use them as a conduit to kind of spread radiation in the area, or just focus that radiation into my spell?
You're going to turn someone into a ghoul.
I was gonna say, maybe people not trusting magic. Maybe they're onto something. Go ahead and give me a roll with advantage. I'll say to kind of it'll be an action to try and deduce
I
anything.
guess it's more... I want to try to siphon the radiation from them to power a spell.
Yeah, go and give me a roll, just to see if that's even possible for in your mind.
Test or advantage?
Just a standard test.
There's a 5.
You are certain that type of magic is potential and theoretical, with, from what you have read, extremely high level casters being able to do, but you are not there yet.
Gotcha. Something for the future. Well, in the meantime, magic missile. At this one.
All right.
I would just love to look over and be like, Owen, why are you looking at me like that?
Meanwhile, Owen's trying to dismantle reality in front of you.
Would it mean wires, or is he just a living battery? Oh, anyway, magic missile. We'll I assume that first test was 1 action, just to discern that.
Yes, correct.
Then we'll make this a normal 1-action arcane missile.
All right.
That is a failure.
And then give me a depletion.
Depletion.
You're good.
Nothing.
Ooh.
All right. Next up, we have Sawyer.
All right. There's one of these funny spoders in front of me. So I'm going to do precisely what I did last time. I am going to focus it, however. If I can do that for my lead wrench.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can focus anything.
All right. I'll focus. And here we go. A 2, a 4, and a 2. I think the 4 does hit.
4 hits, yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. El Kabong.
As you hit it for 1 point of damage. But it's damage on the board. It is
Alright.
now Sherman.
Sherman gonna try to bite this thing.
All right.
Oh yeah. That's a 1 and a 3. But a 5 and a 4.
Hey, there you go. Sherman also does 1 point of damage.
Let's go.
But damage on the board is now
job.
the enemies. Da-da-da. As from the trees, you see 2 more arrive, followed by across the river what appears to be a massive size spider attempting to run and jump over the river as it lands here. And this one only makes it here from its run. All
This
right.
is wildly displeasing to me. Just so you know.
Are you arachnophobic? I'm arachnid adjacent. All right.
Rack-ish.
As unfortunately Sherman does take 2 hits. Go ahead and give me 2 standard tests, please.
2 standard tests.
Real quick, is the reason Balin, at his radiation level, I believe it said that certain attacks do Noctant deal 1 less damage? Is that because he's irradiated?
Yes.
Got it. Now, would that also mean that Noctant in general are a bit repulsed or repelled by just my presence?
Narratively so, yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
That is a
Yeah, no problem.
that is a 4 and a 6 and a 3 and a 1.
So unfortunately takes 1 additional point of damage. He looks decently beat up. All right. Then this attack against you, your armor is 5.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that is both miss, and then attacks
Yes.
against Francis. Your armor is 4.
My armor is indeed 4.
1 attack hits you.
Ah.
Oh, it only gets 1 attack, so the first one misses because I rolled 2 attacks. It only get 1 attack because it missed, or because it might not be you. So that's a miss on that part. However, you do see a massive size spider attempting to run and barrel down its charge upon you. And with that, it is Balin's turn.
Sweet. You know what I love is that when I first initially envisioned him as kind of like this gaunt, sunken-eyed dude, it didn't even occur to me that a radiation level starting at 2, that he was already irradiated. I appreciated how it panned out.
Hell yeah, I love it when stuff like that happens.
Yeah. We got 1 charging towards us.
Yep.
From the side. All right. Well, I'm already focused, so I'm going to take my shot at the small one running at us from the
All right.
front.
Okay, sounds good. A reload shoot. Was that a reload and shoot?
Oh, because I had reloaded last time. I had reloaded
Oh,
and
yeah.
focused.
No, you're absolutely right. So you absolutely get
just-
all of this. Yeah, holy crap. So it's
Yo.
1 additional damage because of the focus, but unfortunately no crits, as it takes 3 points of damage, which is just not enough to bring it down.
Mhm.
But good shot. You still have another action because that was just an action to
I
shoot.
do. So I'm gonna pull out. That was the rifle. So then I'm just gonna pull out my pistol to follow it up to try to finish it off.
Hell yeah. So it's just a regular. This is a standard test now.
Yeah. No marksman, right?
Correct.
Oh.
Oh, crit! Nicely done.
What?
How do you want to bring this one down?
So after shooting it with that 1 shot, I could see it. It's charging, and as it charges, it certainly takes a hit and goes into the ground, but it's still skittering towards us, with sparks flying out of it. But before it can get off an attack, putting the gun down and very deftly whipping out the pistol to finish it off, just right between the eyes, or all of its eyes. However many eyes it has. How many eyes does it have?
It's got 6? 8? I
Great.
don't remember.
In between all of its eyes, dead center of however many it has, just 1 single bullet hole, and then some smoke and sparks coming out of it.
I love it. Well done. All right, that was Balin. So now
Oh.
Francis. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to do 2 depletion tests.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.
Are those both? Am I clear on both?
You're clear on both. Yeah, you need a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
Let's go,
Crack shot.
Wahoo!
Francis. It is your go.
So I am not yet adjacent to this giant ass spider.
Correct.
And is there any indication that I have from my past that if I push something that's electronic in the water, that like that'll fuck it up?
Bionic creatures are designed to be weather resistant, including water.
As wet as they can be. Great, fantastic. Well,
The wetter, the better.
the wetter the better when it comes to bionic.
I'm always saying that.
It's true, always. So I think what I would like to do in this situation, is there a way that I can focus and then like hold my attack until it comes near me?
Absolutely, I love that. So you're gonna wait for the focus on the big guy?
Focus on the big guy. We will hold the attack until it approaches. I've hewn down my share of trees. This is just a lot of trees at once.
All right, I like it. Is that turn?
That will be my turn.
All right, Owen.
I will spell armor and then focus myself.
All right, give me a
Roll that
depletion.
depletion.
Yep. You're good.
I'm rolling high on depletions for now. Knock on wood.
That is helpful. It is now Sawyer, who I still have written as savior. Let me change.
Again, yet to be seen, but seeing that big old bug, Sawyer's gonna look over his shoulder and be like, "Oh no," and he's going to pull out the special black powder, and I'm going to use my action to use one of my special abilities, Powder Cooker, and I will get a bonus on my next powder weapon attack.
All right. Does that go?
And then for my second action, I will I'll just try to attack this spoder in front of me again.
All right. Because it is massive, it's got a lot of health, but you do have advantage on shooting it.
Is he using the blunderbuss?
Oh no, the spider that's
Oh, spider is next to you. I'm sorry.
yes, the spider that's next to me.
Oh, my bad. Because I wanted to know if he uses the blunderbuss on the big one, does that count? Can all those damages get stacked?
Yes, actually, because there's 3 adjacent. It's taking 3 squares.
Right? Okay,
I
good. Just wanted to
need
know.
this one that's on me, off me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and hit it. And that's a 5.
That's a hit.
Thunk.
How much damage?
Just one.
Just one? Okay. All right. Is that turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. Next up is Sherman.
Sherman. He's going to try and bite this
Go Sherm.
spider.
Let's go Sherm.
That's a 6 and a 1.
crits!
That's a crit. As it does 2 damage. It's still unfortunately up, but good damage.
He's
Let's
got
see if we
another
can get
attack,
going.
doesn't he?
Yep.
He sure does.
Come on.
As he brings him
another hit.
down. How do you want to have Sherman bring him down?
I think Sherman just biting and ripping legs off of this thing until there's none left.
I like it. All right. It is now, unfortunately, the enemy's turn. We're going to have the small ones go first. Attacking towards you first, Sawyer. Both miss. As on the other side... that doesn't bode well. That's 2 attacks hit you, unfortunately, Francis.
You're sure?
I am certain, yes.
Damn.
So I need
that's
2 standard tests.
four.
So that's 2 damage total, but I need 2 different standard tests.
Did Francis get the healing rune?
I did.
Sweet.
So you take 1 addition. So you take a total of 3 damage.
Total of 3.
As this one attempts to not move towards you, but seems to be eyeing specifically locked on to Owen. But you do get your ready to attack.
Boom!
With advantage because you focus.
With it, so focus is advantage as
Oh,
well.
I'm sorry.
or-
No. Yeah, with advantage because it's large, but you have focus.
Cool.
I meant to say you have advantage and focus.
So I'm gonna click this focus thing, and then I'm gonna go ba-boom.
Oh my god.
Roll another d6 because you have a advantage.
Oh, well, sick. Is there a button for just roll single?
Just roll disadvantage, basically.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay,
Well, that was definitely a
One.
disadvantage.
but that's still a crit. So how much damage do you do with your axe?
So that's the 2 damage from the axe, the 1 additional melee damage from Orcish Strength, and then I guess it's 1 additional for the crit.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So 4 damage.
4 damage.
Woo.
Beauty.
We start chopping and we don't start chopping and we don't stop chopping and we don't stop chopping.
Francis, just imagine his legs are trees.
I hate trees.
As it attempts to attack towards you specifically, Owen, what is your armor rating?
It is currently 5.
That is a miss. As it chomps down, you see what looks like venom, acidic venom pooling onto the ground underneath its missed attack. And with that, it is Balin.
All right. Well, I need to reload. Shoot. All right. Well, I'm going to reload now that we're clear on this side. And focus
Focus. Okay.
at the big boy.
Makes sense. All right. Next up, we have Francis.
Oh, I'm back, baby. Let's go. Okay. Let's stick with the focus and then attack.
All right. Do you want a power attack? Oh.
Ah, damn. I keep forgetting about it. I'm sorry.
You technically could say this is a power attack because you didn't roll an additional die for advantage because it's large.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Did
Yeah.
I get skipped
I'm happy
over?
to
Did
technicality
I?
that.
Did I skip you? I had the enemies go. I had Sawyer go. No, I had the Sawyer go, and then the enemies go. So you would have went right before Sawyer.
Me?
No. Sorry, Sawyer. Sorry, I had Sherman go, and he had killed it. You went right before Sherman, and then the enemies went. It feels like you got skipped because there was an attack. There was a readied attack, I think.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Francis. So we'll say that was a power attack because you technically rolled with disadvantage on your advantage.
Love it.
So what does the power attack do?
So, give myself disadvantage to double your melee damage on your next attack.
That's right.
So that's then 5 damage?
So it's 2 damage plus 1 for Orcish.
Yeah.
So it's 3 times 2 is 6.
That's 6 damage.
Yep.
That's bestial. That's monstrous.
2,
Timber.
5, 6. Good damage. All right.
Oh my god.
Just
It's
hacking
still
away.
up.
It's still up. Yep.
Starts whistling a little woodcutting song.
As it kind of carves through, surprised and shocked at your titanic blow. All right. That was Francis's turn. It's now Owen.
Well, that changes what I was going to do. Instead, I'm going to split my focus. I'm going to cast a 1-action arcane missile at the one next to Sawyer.
All right.
So that'll be with my focus. That's a 4, so that's 1 success.
Nice.
For 1 damage. Give me a depletion.
Depleted.
All right.
I
Remember-
assume that thing's still up.
Yes, unfortunately, it's
Yeah, I
still
think they got 4. Yeah.
Alright, then. The other magic missile will also go towards that. That's a 5.
Nice.
How do you want to bring it down?
Straight through the middle.
I like it. As again, you see the warping reality shape into a large piercing projectile push through twice into this creature as it's brought low.
Your path is clear, Sawyer! Take your shot! And that'll be turn.
And it's Sawyer's turn.
Roll that depletion.
You're good.
Never mind, that one's good.
Oh, hey!
Nice. You get to keep E.
And what a shot it'll be. As he enters a crouched stance, raising his blunderbuss, I'm going to focus.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to let loose.
Come on, big money, big money.
You have advantage, remember.
As a flash of whoop, a flash of not red but greenish yellow fire erupts from
Oh
the
shit!
end
Sorry.
of his blunderbuss.
And none of those are your rules, unfortunately.
Sorry.
You're good.
Right. Bada bing. Bada boom.
That's a
a
crit.
4 and a
Beauty.
6.
So that will be 3 damage or 4 damage total, which is exactly zeroing its health. How do you want to bring it down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After everybody is just hammering away, Francis just carving away at this thing. Owen casting spells. He takes some time to load in that special black powder, and he takes aim and fires, and the force behind the shot is thunderous, as it probably makes your ears ring a little bit, Owen, as it goes off right into you, but this thing just explodes on contact.
As it rears back what's left of it and finds purchase in the nearby river, oiling and bleeding out everywhere.
Whoa!
All right, is that Sawyer's turn?
Packed it a little tightly.
Is that Sawyer's go?
Yes.
All right, Sherman.
I will have Sherman. Oh, he's just outside of flanking. He's gonna rush up with his 35 up to yonder spoder, and then he's going to try and attack it.
All right.
Ignore that focus. That is a 4 and a 1.
4 and a 1. That will unfortunately miss. You need just far enough not to get the flank.
Darn it moment.
I think there's only one spider left. Yeah, there's only one side spider left.
That one right there.
Is going to make an attack on each Sherman and Francis. Hitting Sherman, missing Francis. Give me a standard test for Sherman.
Sherman.
I would have
That's a-
taken the
that's a
hit for
crit.
you, Sherman.
As he ignores the venomous damage, he's looking really beat up, but he's still up.
No, my dog.
Next up is Balin.
Taking a shot. This is with focus and marksmanship,
Yep.
and no advantage, right?
Just regular, yeah.
Okay.
That's a hit. For how much damage?
Um.
I think 3, because you focused.
Right. Focus. And yep. So it's
Alright.
3. And as a lesson from before, I'm gonna attempt a double tap.
Didn't mean to exit.
Again, pulling out the pistol.
All right.
And this is without focus or marksmanship.
As you see what looks like your companions moving, they were out of the way for the first shot, but they're moving around just in the way for the second as you pull the shot upward.
Damn it.
All right. Next up is Francis.
I will take a mighty revenge for Sherman, pivoting so that I have advantage. I will then power strike. Oh no, this thing's almost dying. I will not power strike it. The power is in my heart.
You're feeling the zealotry. Oh no!
God damn it.
Oh no!
No, Sherman, I failed you. Not like this.
All right, that will unfortunately miss. As we now go to Owen.
First action, I
Owen.
will move next to
Get
Francis.
in the fight.
Oh, I will.
Can I melee with arcane missile?
Can I just make a javelin in my hand and stab this thing?
Unfortunately not. There is a spell for melee specific.
Now, am I too close to this thing to shoot the arcane missile?
Let me double check. No, you're good. Casting assumes that you have enough space to still throw it.
moves, and I will throw it. That is a 6.
Oh,
That is 2 damage. How do you bring it down?
yeah.
Same as the other one, right down the middle. In the head, out the ass.
As it falls to the ground dead, initiative is over. Everyone, please give me a standard test.
5.
3.
4s.
As you're all kind of catching your breath and somewhat narratively licking your wounds, Owen, you notice what looks like something shining exiting from the stomach and bowels of the destroyed Psy Spider. A large one.
What's this, then? He will move over to try to pull it out.
As you do, you pull out what appears to be a helm of sorts, though it is incredibly heavy.
What is this thing made of? Can someone a bit stronger help me with this?
Right, sorry. I was still. I'm very, yes.
As you narratively get the gross sticky stuff off it to help pull it out of place, all of you then notice what appears to be a lead helm.
Now, would I know what importance that is? Lead obviously being a defense against radiation.
You would know. All of you would know that.
Is lead rare in this world?
It's decently common, but finding it shaped like this is seemingly pretty rare.
This feels blasphemous.
Looks sturdy.
That as well.
Aye. Leaden tools can be quite sturdy, and he pats the wrench at his side.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything I can do to determine its attributes? Like, what purpose would this serve?
You, having magic sense, know that there's nothing magical about it. But above game, anyone wearing it gains an additional point of health, because it's additional thing of armor. And you gain advantage on any tests to resist radiation.
I look over at Balin.
Oh, well, personally I find it a bit cumbersome. I appreciate the offer. If anything, I think Francis probably needs all the help he can get. He's been taking more damage than all of us combined.
Oh, speaking of Francis, let me see your wounds.
I appreciate it. Some of us are just built sturdier. Some of us, not me. Oh, God.
I will cast the magic heal on Francis.
All right.
Do I need to do the test 2d6?
Yes.
Gotcha. That's a 5.
All right. You heal 4 points, Francis.
I will take those 4. Does that push me above my max, or?
You cannot go above your max, unfortunately.
Cannot go above my max. Okay, cool.
With the exception of armor, which everyone who took damage, please give me depletion for the armor you're wearing.
I haven't taken any damage all night.
Hey, your homies are doing a good job screening for
They
you.
are. They are.
So I have a question.
I appreciate.
Since I had the spell armor on, does my actual armor take that damage?
You actually don't have any actual armor. It's just I only put the spell armor there for you.
Ah, okay.
So
Let
it's
me roll the depletion for the magic heal.
yeah.
Does it says here that I can repair Sherman once combat is over?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I would like to do that.
It effectively acts as a heal. You just need to roll a depletion on your ruined bag of, I think, scrap.
Yep.
Now, I get my spells depletion back at the end of each combat, yes?
Yes, correct.
Alright, then let me reset those numbers.
Well, my bag of scrap is depletion 6, so would I have needed a crit?
Oh, no. It's still just a 4/5. It just has 6. It lowers by 1 each time you
Charges.
fail.
Oh, I see.
But you did not fail, you succeed.
You're good. as he heals 4, which is not all the damage onto him if you want to do it again.
Why not? Once more. Hey!
Oh, pretty.
All right, he fully heals, and you don't lose any scrap.
Let's go.
Okay, is everyone healed the way they can be, or we're moving on?
Think so.
Moving on.
All right. Does anyone want to
Just
take the helm before we move on?
Oh, Francis, do you want it?
I'm happy to take it and wear it, and add that to my armor.
All right.
The only question is, will it fit on his short, round head?
He's an orc or half orc. Just his head is short. Everything else is really large.
It's starting to feel targeted. It's starting to feel like I can fight it in you. That I'm like, I'm not a tall orc, and then now it feels like this has become about my lack of tallness.
He's like,
and
I think maybe
just like-
Balin just has a thing against short people.
he just to Balin, like, hey, can I be honest with you? I'm really self-conscious about my head. I think it's a little smaller than the other half orcs.
Oh, really? That's hilarious.
Well, that's all right. You know, this small head fits your small brain. All right, let's go.
The fuck
I
is
feel as
wrong?
if I've made a mistake with this honesty.
It's okay, Francis. It just means it's a smaller target.
Well, they've avoided my head most of the day. Before we leave, I would like to sort of pull over, and once after Owen has finished healing me, I just want to sort of take my hand and just place it on his arm and be like, I know you've spent most of today healing members of my family. I do appreciate that. Just so you know.
Well, I mean, you're my family too, so it's only natural, right?
It's only natural.
Enough bonding.
Enough bonding. It's time to roast. Hey, you smell.
The time for these emotions is running short.
Speaking of family, we should probably go find Miles.
And as you continue to move on, you find yourself moving through the forest that the road has brought you to, as you again hear faint ticks of radiation from the tracker that is on Sherman, until finally you exit the clean forest and into what appears to be a marshy swamp in the early afternoon. And as you continue to move through there, all of you then notice what appears to be the remnants and ruins of a scuttled skyship, something you grew up hearing tales about, this massive balloon-like fortress, long destroyed and ruined upon into this swamp itself. Taking a few moments to get past that, all of you then notice something strange about Sherman as he starts to kind of circle around in place. Radiation begins to ping in just about every direction, and he seems a bit confused by this. Go ahead, everybody. Give me standard test, with the exception of Balin, who can give me a standard test, or give me a test with advantage.
5.
6.
5.
Oh, we all fucking, we are alert.
Everyone seems to notice your eyes widen as you notice the water in this swamp is heavy water, highly irradiated water.
Does it have any noticeable effects on them? I've probably been around some pretty heavy water.
You know not to go in it. As long as you're not in it, you should be okay. But as such, you're looking around to see what could potentially be causing it, or because the water doesn't look particularly stagnant, it does seem to be moving. And then all around you, each of you notice something different about the water. What appears at first to be rocks below its murky depths turn into what appear to be orb-shaped objects moving closer to the top of the water. Until finally, something nightmarish that you've only heard stories of appears in front of you and surrounding you. The undead, covered in radiation, begin to charge and march towards you. And for tonight, that is where we're going to call it.
Hoo-hoo.
Ooh, boy.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you indeed.
This has been fun. Thank you.
That was lovely.
And we will be back for the second part of this story next week.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find Miles.
Miles.
Maybe Miles is the problem.
Maybe.
We gotta kill Miles.
You know, yeah, this reminds me of what was it, that one, the Tag movie, where like that one guy's about to get married, and like all of his friends are like chasing after him. It's like, you know what? Maybe just let him go get married. You know. It's all an allegory for his family not letting him go. He just needs to be let go.
Well, gang, I hope you guys had fun. Audience, I hope you guys had fun. And normally we don't do too much of an outro. So I suppose we will just find somebody to raid. And on my list, I think I have Zito, and that's about it. And anyone else got any suggestions?
I have a Zito, but that is about it.
All right, throw him towards Zito.
Thank you so much, guys. Everyone.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
We'll catch y'all next Monday.
Next Monday.
I almost typed /raid and roll 20.
Thank you for tuning in.
All right.
Greatly appreciated.
And with that, we will see you around maybe the same time, maybe a little earlier, depending on people's schedules. But aside from that, come back next week for the thrilling conclusion, and we will see you then. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye for now.
And we're clear.
Thank you so much.